You've seen the Deadpool Batman crossover. Now, it's time for the Batman Deadpool crossover. And yes, they're different. Somewhere in the bar that is the cosmic void, two beings see each other across the dance floor that is the known universe. They converge and embrace, and romance is in the air. Two realities become one for the night. One thing led to another, and all roads led to Gotham. Gotham City. Fireworks in the air as people celebrate the new year. Batman slips through a window to find an old criminal leaning over a desk. A single lamp lighting the room as he peers at an old picture of his wife. A glass of whiskey close to hand while a song softly plays in the background. I know I did wrong. I deserve whatever I got coming, but not this. Not her. They used her to get to me, and I failed her. Now she's dead, and it's all my fault, the man whispers as he glances at the shadows as Batman steps out. She's gone, and nothing can bring her back, Victor Gover whispers. Batman stalks forward and gently puts his hand on the man's shoulder. Maybe not. Tell me what you saw that day, and where, Victor. I'll make sure Waller's people don't get away with it, Batman whispers. Later, Batman is moving through the forest of Greece. He moves into a temple, searching for the reality-twisting artifact that Waller and her task force were looking for. He steps into the ruins of a temple and moves past the fallen bodies scattered along the floor. But Batman stops, his hand slowly reaching up to the batarang he finds lodged in the wall. A batarang, but not one of mine, he whispers. The scene shifts. Deadpool holds Batman's arrow-pinned body in his arms, mourning the loss of the Dark Knight. Dear Lord, I tried to warn him that something like this would happen, Deadpool bellows. Earlier, Deadpool slips out of the water slide and down into the sludge-covered floor, a katana in hand, a pistol in the other. He glances at the readers. I know, before you get all judgy, that attention-grabbing opener comes with full context, he shouts as he slips under the attack of cartoon ninjas and begins to cut a bloody path through them. We're not there yet is all. This is a flashback. Slow-mo! Deadpool informs us as he slides along the floor, firing again and again into the cartoon ninjas. He stands and cuts the head off another. Take my hand and I'll show you how it all went down, he tells us. Suddenly, the pool around him explodes. Deadpool is tossed through the air and lands back in his own reality. He glances up as a dark-caped figure stands before him. Ugh! Ow! He groans. I'm the kind of guy you expect to find in a budget hell like this. What sickening crime brought you here, sis? He asks the Dark Knight. Batman looks down at him. Deadpool's mangled and severed legs in his hands. I hoped you might have some answers. I'm sorry. I think these are yours, Batman says as he holds them out. Deadpool shrugs and motions to his already regrowing legs. No worries. We're on a trial separation. Between you and me, it's working out. Keep them as novelty earrings. I'm good, Deadpool says as he struggles to his feet. Batman tosses the legs aside and looks at their surroundings, staring at the large owl statue that sits in the center of the room. Healing factor looks painful, Batman notes. It is! Yeah, very. But I'm a smile, though your heart is breaking kind of guy, Deadpool tells him. Let me ask you something else. Does the name Deathstroke mean anything to you? Batman asks, before his eyes fall on a piano. Gently, he reaches out and plays a few keys. Key of C to the key of D repeating, Batman whispers. He glances back at Deadpool. Deathstroke? Let me guess, is that a lethal self-abuse technique from the Kama Sutra? He asks. Batman shrugs and turns away. Not a Slade Wilson, then, Batman murmurs with a smile. Slowly, Deadpool draws one of his katanas. He moves fast, taking a swing at Batman, but the Dark Knight whirls and blocks the blow, grabbing hold of Deadpool and slamming him into the ground. Batman stares at him for a moment, before turning away and walking towards a new door. This place doesn't add up. This hyper-real hallucinatory edge to everything, he says. Deadpool struggles to his feet and follows. The two find themselves in a strange hotel lobby. A neon sign proclaiming it the amalgam. Photos of heroes from two realities working together flashing on the walls. Reminds me of the labyrinth of the Court of Owls, Batman says softly. Deadpool looks around before turning back to Batman. Look, you got me all wrong. I had to make sure you're not some weirdo in cosplay, he explains, apologizing for attacking Batman. By cutting my head off, you carry weapons that kill people. You have a bad guy name, Batman notes. Deadpool shrugs. I think you'll find it's a morally ambiguous anti-hero name. Somehow, I do more good than bad. You were fine with this before, Deadpool reminds him. The pair steps through another door and finds themselves in a strange control room. Multiverse then? Some copy or echo of the original? If you're not Slade Wilson, not Deathstroke, Batman notes. Deadpool just glares at him. Stop saying that! It's like you invented a new obscenity. I'm Wade Wilson. Wa-aid. Deadpool, I am totally my own thing. I thought we'd moved on to the grudging mutual respect segment of our relationship arc. You won't hear me saying how you must be some version of, Moon Knight? Or Nighthawk? Deadpool points out. They move through the control room and find themselves in an underground waterway. The river leads through a giant Joker head with a hideously wide mouth. The pair board a floating swan. If this is some elaborate escape room, we need to learn to work together all over again. Like the Spice Girls, Deadpool points out. Batman nods as he boards the swan and motions to the passenger seat next to him. Let's pedal, partner, he says. The tunnel leads out into a facade of Gotham City. Great Gothic statues staring down at the pair as epic music begins to play. We're not alone here, Wade, Batman says softly. Deadpool nods. He's already looking around. Yeah, my spidey sense is touching me in places medical science refuses to name. And I don't even have a spidey sense. Something about these claustrophobic, yet somehow nostalgic, interior spaces we're trapped in, with no memory of how we got here. It's giving uncertainty vibes. Am I the bold? Are you the brave? Deadpool whispers back. I'm Batman. I'm a detective. I look for clues, patterns. They're all around us, and I have a theory, Batman tells him, as the river leads them forward until they arrive at the closed confines of a swimming pool. The two step from the swan and stare around them. Behind them, cartoon ninjas pull themselves from the water, rushing at our heroes. Batman and Deadpool launch into battle against the tiny ninjas, with Deadpool slashing and shooting them. I respect your impractical code against killing bats, but these are evil cartoons, so they don't have feelings like us. That makes it funny, right? Deadpool points out as Batman glares at him, but something dawns on the Dark Knight. Deadpool, quiet. I don't know you, but you know Batman? He realizes. Deadpool nods as he slashes through another cartoon. I know this much. Batman has something stronger than adamantium, more powerful than a locomotive. Batman has plot armor, buddy, Deadpool shouts. Batman nods and steps forward. So maybe it's time to put that theory of mine to the test. Here, show me what you got, Batman shouts. He raises his cape and allows the arrows to pierce his body, slamming into him and turning him into a pincushion. Slowly, he sinks to the floor. Oh, That did not work out, Deadpool gasps. The Batman shakes his head. Not real, Deadpool. Inside a mind. The White Owl has us, Batman gasps. In the real world, Cassandra Nova smiles. Her fingers slip through the minds of Batman and Deadpool as rain pours around them. That's the Great White Owl to you. Oh, boys, can't you just try a wee bit harder for Auntie Cassandra? She asks with a wicked grin. She pushes her fingers deeper. Again! You were searching for a weapon capable of killing me once and for all, Mr. Wilson. Too bad I tricked the world's greatest detective into finding it first. But he won't tell me what he found, no matter how deep I go. She snarls. Inside their minds, Deadpool lifts Batman into his arms. He pushes through a door and his eyes light up. There! Last of the last Ra's al Ghul's lost Lazarus pools, hidden behind the walls of this creepy petting zoo. And it's the orphan's annual trip too. Gee, I hope nothing goes wrong. This might be the only way to save Batman. He'll be temporarily insane and potentially very naked. Deadpool shouts as he drags Batman across the room, which means the only thing standing between him and an unsuspecting child's innocence is yours truly. Deadpool gasps as he pushes Batman into the glowing green waters. He waits a moment, watching the bubbles begin to form on the surface of the pool. But the thing that leaps out of the waters isn't Batman. It's Darkclaw, the Wolverine-Batman hybrid. Darkclaw lets out a bellow of rage and slams into Deadpool, knocking him through a window that wasn't there and landing in a strange cartoon world with a massive typewriter. Darkclaw stabs Deadpool again and again. Slade! Darkclaw shouts. It's Wade, you jerk! Deadpool kicks him off and slams into him with a nearby building block. Listen to me! Darkclaw snarls while stabbing Wade in the gut. The two stare at each other. It's never too late to win, Deadpool. We need to get her out of our minds. Darkclaw snarls. Deadpool stares at him for a moment. How? He demands. Darkclaw just smiles. Prep, he tells him simply. I don't work alone. And if there's one thing I rely on, it's this. I have a partner who never does what he's told. He growls. In the real world, Cassandra's eyes widen in surprise. Wait, partner? She gasps. Damian leaps down from the shadows, landing on her shoulders and slamming his fists into her head again and again. Cassandra staggers away from the duo, releasing them from their minds. Batman is immediately on his feet. Deadpool, the fortress. We need to get there before she does. Batman shouts through the rain, but Deadpool is staring at Robin. Order me around some more. I'm loving the mini-me. So kawaii, he shouts with joy. Damian glares at him as he keeps punching. Mini-me! I'm Damian, son of Batman! He shouts at Deadpool before returning to his punching. Deadpool nods as he turns to rush after Batman. He seems well adjusted, he says as he joins Batman in the temple. But they aren't alone. Another Batman lays on the floor nearby. A shadowy, bald figure standing over him. Deadpool, there. Anyone you know? Batman whispers as he motions to the figure. The story so far. Cassandra Nova maneuvered Batman into tracking down the lost quantum keyboard. The TVA contracted Deadpool to neutralize/behead Cassandra before she could get her hands on it. The figure states. Is it the Phantom Stenographer? What are they holding? Deadpool asks quietly. Batman steps forward slowly, recognizing what the figure is typing on. A cosmic keyboard, a weapon that is rumored to be able to rewrite reality. Something lost when the minor villain known as the Rider was killed during a disastrous Suicide Squad mission. Victor Gover, aka Sportsmaster, was there that day, on that mission. 3 days ago, his fiancée was caught in the crossfire when Victor's knowledge became valuable to some ruthless people, Batman explains. The figure nods gently and continues to type. They step from the shadows, revealing they look an awful lot like Grant Morrison. Smooth exposition. I can handle the rest, they say. They motion to the Batman at their feet. That's the Batman of Earth 7642 at my feet, by the way. You were plotted into Earth 7642 continuity by this old thing. This relic is the MacGuffin everyone's chasing, the figure tells them. Batman nods and glances at Deadpool, explaining that they can't let the keyboard fall into Nova's hands. But the figure shakes their head. It won't run for Cassandra Nova or anyone else. Only me, and even then, it'll never rewrite canon again. If it works at all. But we can use it to wrap up this adventure and find out what happens, they say as they continue to type. Suddenly, Nova is there. Her fingers pushed through the mind of the stranger, reaching into his brain. I don't need to make the device work. I'll just dictate, and you'll do as you're told, she snarls, ordering them to write the heroic duo as cannibals and turn them loose on the ones they love. But Nova stops. The stranger isn't doing anything. They are merely smiling. Cassandra Nova pulls away. That's impossible, she whispers. But the stranger merely shrugs. Is it? What if you didn't appear out of nowhere? What if you were made on a machine, just like this one? The stranger asks. Cassandra stares at them in horror. You made me this way, she whispers. The stranger continues to write, and Cassandra looks over their shoulder in horror as Deadbat, not Batpool, mind you, rushes forward and slices off her head. Later, Deadpool holds Nova's head in a jar. She'll live again, she always does. But for now, my work is done. When Batman 7642 finally comes to, I'll be sure to tell him how much I'll treasure my mostly imaginary team-up with the real thing, Deadpool says to Batman. Give him my regards, Batman tells him. Sayonara, Dark Moon Hawkowl, Deadpool calls. Batman and Damian turn back to the mysterious Grant Morrison-looking stranger. Whatever cosmic event triggered this keyboard, it's over. The president signed an executive order. They're rebuilding the fourth wall to keep out unwanted ideas. So I can't hang around. I only showed up to grab a souvenir in case I don't get back, they explain. Batman just stares at them. I have no idea what you're talking about, he says softly. The stranger turns to leave, but Batman stops them. Before you go, you said you can't rewrite canon with that thing. What can you do? Batman asks. Back in Gotham City, Victor Gover looks up from his drink. The door opens. His wife walks in, unsure of what happened. Fireworks explode outside, and Batman watches from a nearby rooftop. Happy holidays, he whispers. And with a final ethereal sigh, as of angels expressing general satisfaction tinged with mild disappointment, the two universes part ways. And that was the complete complete story for the DC Marvel Batman Deadpool issue 1 by Grant Morrison. That was a crazy story, and I had a great time reading it and recording it for you guys, but I'd love to hear your thoughts about it in the comments below, because this was probably one of the craziest team-ups that I think we will ever get, and I really wish Benny was here to see it. But let me know what you thought in the comments below. I'm Dan with Comicstorian, and we will see you next time. Rest in peace, Benny.